Hey, Shalom Markins of Makapash from Jim Islam, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bah Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Chachwadash. I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the whole forward expression of truth and all sincerity. Back again with another video. I've got this article here from the Daily Mail. I just saw a video recently with this NATO chief warning about the incoming prospect of war with Russia and how everybody should be preparing themselves, stocking up on food and equipment and things like that, preparing themselves, well, as it says here, for potential conscription, okay, which is going to be a big thing coming, right? And so he was putting out a stark, dark message to the people of the world, or telling themselves to prepare themselves, man, because people in this world, they're too much focus on party and bullshit, and they're not ready. But when are you gonna heed the warnings, man? Because forget him. The prophets have been out here. We're gonna have our elders and apostles been speaking about this for years, right? About this, the incoming World War III, and preparing yourselves spiritually for this time that's about to come upon the earth, man. Okay, a time like no other, pursuing to Daniel chapter 12. All right, when you gonna start listening? Because obviously you don't want to hear it from us. Okay, will you hear it from Esau when he says it? Because you seem to like to wait for Esau to before you do anything. You like to wait for him to say something before you do anything, right? But and even then, a lot of you are going to be taken by surprise by this, and you're like, oh my God, and find yourself in a position and you fucking ain't ready for it, But anyway, let's just get into this article, right? So it's titled here, NATO braced for all-out war with Russia in the next 20 years, right? And we don't go by Esau's timelines because, he's not in control. He doesn't know shit, right? What he does know is that, things are turning up, right? And whether it's this year, next year, whenever, right, it's coming. That we do know, okay? So top defense chief issues starkest warning yet and says civilians and governments must brace for cataclysmic conflicts and potential conscription. Cataclysmic conflicts, man. Again, at a time like no other, man. Okay. Let me grab that quick. It's Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, withstanding for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. Okay, this is going to play its role in that. There's going to be more things going on than just this, but this is going to play a major role in that. Okay, the hell that's going to break loose in the earth. Okay, so it's going to be, as it says, cataclysmic conflicts, right? Let's check out this word cataclysmic. Defined. It says of a natural event. Well, it's just, the Most High is behind all natural events. So, yeah. It's a large scale and violent. Large scale and violent, man. And that's how the Lord's getting down. The Lord said, with great violence, he shall cast Babylon down. It says, a causing sudden and violent upheaval. All right, used to emphasize the extent of something bad or unwelcome, an evil time. All right, so something disastrous, man. Okay, and also this word is to brace for potential conscription. Let's define that, right? Compulsory enlistment for state service. That's me, right? So for state service, typically into armed forces. Yeah, it's coming. Forced conscriptions into the army, right? You will be waiting for that one, especially you women, right? You want to do it like the dudes, right? Well, you're gonna get your chance, man. You're gonna get dragged up in there for all you independent women out there. All right, you're gonna get to go prove it to everybody before the world how mighty and strong, the woman is out there on the battlefield, man. Because that's ultimate male territory, man, and that's why men are the heads or should be the heads. Maybe not in this world, not at this level. In this, at the bottom society, but men protect the people, the nations, right? The women stay at home, right? That is the natural order of things, man. And you're gonna find that out. Okay, you're gonna wish you at home, with your child. you know, you're gonna be wishing that. Instead, you're gonna be surrounded by fucking bullets and bombs. Nothing but blood and tears everywhere. All right. But you ask for this world, this equality. So here you go. Right. So yeah, compulsory enlistment, man. So we know there's gonna be a draft. Right. We know they're running low on their army, on their members, right? And people are not really in this era that we're living in. Not really. There's not less people are suited for, physical exertion. Let's put it like that. Like that. Most people become fat and sick. With disease and stuff like that, diabetes and whatever, right? So it's not looking good. A lot of people are just gonna die. But yeah, man, you're gonna get the conscription coming. You're not gonna have a choice, right? If you didn't, deny it, they'll put you in jail or whatever. So yeah, that's all coming. Let me grab this first. Let me finish this first. Right, it says and at that time Michael shall stand up, the great prince was standing for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Okay, and that is the Lord's elect, okay, of the nation of Israel, that are going to be delivered, okay, from these troubled times that we're going to come into, right? Let's see. This is Ezekiel 33, verse 1, right? Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if he see if the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people, right? So even this guy here, he's warning the people, but he's a little bit late. Okay, beginning of our elders and apostles, and even their elders, right? We've been warning the people, right? That's what we set up to do. We've been telling you about this scenario for years now, and people are just don't want to accept, don't want to believe it, This is verse 4. It says, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. Right? So all we're doing is that we're warning you, to get yourself right with the Heavenly Father before the Lord brings his judgment. That's all we're saying, man. Because the judgment is going to be great. It's going to be horrific, cataclysmic, right? Terrifying. And you don't really want to go through that. You downplay it. You act like this ain't going to happen, or it's not going to be as bad as they say, or it's going to get close, but then it's going to go back to normal, or it ain't going to affect me. All these bullshit reasons, or you just ignore it and just carry on with your bullshit life, partying and bullshit, right? But when it comes, it's your own fault, right? Because you were warned and didn't take heed, all right? Verse 5 says, he heard the sound of the trumpet, but took not warning. His blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. Those that hear and listen, and do what is necessary, they're going to be all right. Okay? But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity. But his blood will I require at the watchman's hand, right? Because he had a duty that he wasn't performing. Right? He was there supposed to be warning, but he didn't do that. And and didn't give that man an opportunity to save his soul, right? To prepare himself. So that's the watchman's fault, right? And that's like a lot of camps out there, that are not teaching this correct doctrine, man. They're not giving the people the correct warning. Yeah, the sound of the trumpet is strange, right? And they're not preparing themselves, in the right way. You got Israelites out there with the guard down, with the MOTB and things of this sort, right? Their guard is down, and so they're easy, to be taken advantage of, man, and be blindsided, when these things come up on the earth. All right, so a lot of these camp leaders, man, they're gonna be responsible for a lot of the death of their congregations, man. Okay. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them from me. Right? This is what we're supposed to do with this word. Warn our people. Right? And that's why, you hear the rebukes from us and all that kind of stuff. You get mad, but this is what we're supposed to be doing. You know, we it's for your benefit. All right. So back here in the article, so the top defense chief has revealed that NATO forces are braced for an all-out war with Russia in the next 2 decades. Admiral Rob Bauer, the chairman of NATO's military committee, urged both civilians and governments to prepare for cataclysmic conflicts and the chilling prospect of being conscripted. The chilling war. Yeah, because you ain't gonna like that. You ain't gonna like these people. Don't want to fight no war, man. They're fucking soft as hell. Gen Zs and all this kind of stuff, and all these latter generations, man, they're soft, man. They don't want to go out and fight. They don't even believe in fighting for these governments, so they ain't gonna like that. As much as you women talk about, equality and can do anything a man can do, you ain't gonna like that. You're gonna wish that shit never come into existence, man. You're gonna wish your ass was at home, cooking and cleaning and all that shit. You're gonna wish that's what you was doing. Says we have to realize that it's not a given that we are in peace. Yeah, we ain't in peace. Esau's constantly taking peace from the earth and bringing these these situations around, and that's why we, the NATO forces, have the plans that we are preparing for conflict with Russia, right? Yabaro told reporters after a meeting of NATO defense chiefs in Brussels. Right, so they're preparing for conflict with Russia, and they've been verging against Russia for a long time, because I believe when I watched the video, he made it he kind of explain what he meant a little bit more, saying not that they're planning to attack Russia, but planning to defend themselves against Russia. But NATO has been encroaching on their borders for years now, and they know what the outcome that's going to be, right? So they've been on the offensive. They are forcing this situation to come around. That's why Ukraine got attacked, or is being attacked, because of NATO and what NATO has been doing. Right, so they're acting like they're innocent in this, but they are the cause of this. Okay. So, but the discussion is much wider. It's also the industrial base and also the people that have to understand that they play a role. Everyone got a role to play, man. Right. In a stark warning, he said civilians must be ready for a conflict in the next 20 years that would require wholesale changes in their lives. Yeah, it's what we can tell you, man. Things ain't gonna be normal ever again, man. Okay, you're on a one-way road down to hell, man. All right. So Bauer said large numbers of civilians will need to be mobilized in case of a global war breaks out, and governments must make sure their nations are war ready. Right. These men are on COD, man. They don't know about real war, right? So we need public and private actors to change their mindset for an era in which everything was plannable, foreseeable, controllable, and focused on efficiency, to an era in which anything can happen at any time. Right, and this is what we keep telling you, man. Anything can happen at any time. Okay, we're not sitting back and saying, "Oh, we'll sit there and wait 20 years or wait however long." No, the way we are is that anything can happen at any time. The law can come back tomorrow. We understand, obviously prophecies have to play out as well, but these things can happen at any time, right? It might not be as long or as short as you think. It could be anything, so we have to be prepared all the time. Be ready. It reminds me of something, actually. No, let's see. Pardon me, right? So here in 2 Corinthians chapter 10, let's go from verse 3 here, right? It says, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds," right? So we use this word as our tool, as our weapon, right? The words of the Heavenly Father, right? Casting down the imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai, and having in a readiness, to be ready to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled, right? So we're supposed to be ready at all times for the Lord to return, for these prophecies to come to pass, right? Not taking fucking long ass hiatuses, going on breaks, disappear for fucking 10 years. Well, they said 20 years, so maybe I'll go on break for 10 years, 15 years, and I'll just come back in the last 5 years and then act like I never left. That's not what our elders and apostles have been on, right? They've been out there doing the work from the time they came into this truth, man. And that's the example that we follow, and that's the way it should be. Other guys obviously lost faith and dropped out, and then when things started getting saucy again, they want to come back in the frame, and try and get some sort of form of glory again. But shit ain't gonna work out like that, man. Okay, these men have been marked for destruction. Right, whoever taketh the hand of the power is not suited for the kingdom, right? So they already out the game, man. They wasting their time, But we're to be ready at all times, okay? So what was it? So verse 6, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. Okay, so that's the mindset we're supposed to be in, right? Let me go back here. Okay, so so anything can happen at any time, an era in which we need to expect the unexpected. A lot of unexpected things are going to be happening, for sure. These people are not expecting it at all, especially the chariots and all this kind of stuff. They're not expecting none of these things, man. They think life is gonna, just be hunky dory, man. But this is what this guy was saying. He was saying, hunky dory, man. That's some British thing right there. I don't know where this guy's from, but he weren't British. Yeah, but things ain't gonna be hunky dory, man. Is that all that he? See. So yeah, talking about making ammunition fast enough, right? So yeah, you're gonna get conscripted in doing all these types of jobs, man. What gosh. Senior Dutch military boss added, oh, he's Dutch, okay, said you need to be able to fall back on an industrial base that is able to produce weapons and ammunition fast enough to be able to continue a conflict that you're in, right? And this is going to be a messy conflict, man. And you have to keep up, man. That's why he's going to nuke everything. All right, America's just going to get nuked. He also praised Sweden for urging all its citizens to brace for war ahead of the nation joining NATO. So they just joined, and they've been told to prepare for war. They've been at peace this whole time, not worried about no wars and that, because they don't get involved in shit. But as soon as they join NATO, they got to prepare for war. It's mad, right? The move has seen a surge in volunteers for Sweden's civil defense organization. Okay, so they're up for it, man. They don't mind. Okay, well, you're gonna find out. All right. This comes as NATO is planning to mobilize 90,000 troops in its largest military maneuver since the Cold War, right? So that happened recently. Or was about to happen? Okay. With the war games aimed at deterring Vladimir Putin from targeting a member country. Well, who said he was going to do that? He said he was going to encroach further, right? The fact that you've been, eating up, former USSR states and whatever, that's you, encroaching on their borders, man. Setting up fucking, military systems outside the front door, man. Who's going to want that? So the alliance announced the exercise will begin next week, okay, with months of drills aimed at showing the alliance can defend all of its territory up to its border with Russia. The exercise, dubbed Steadfast Defender, will run until late May and involve units from all 31 NATO member countries plus candidate member Sweden. NATO Supreme Allied Commander Europe US General Christopher Cavoli said. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, so okay, these man got 18 months on the card, yeah. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see about all of this, eh? But yeah, but the time's coming. Okay, so I've read that. I'm done with that. It's Revelation chapter 11 verse 14 says the second woe is past, and behold the third woe coming quickly. All right, and it's coming, man. Okay, and some of you people think that's improbable because that would just be madness, and they can't possibly get into that type of war because it'll go nuclear and it'll be just stupid. And well, you can keep thinking that, man. But guess what? The Messiah desires it. Right, this is the part that everybody misses out. The Messiah desires this conflict, and what the Messiah wants, he gets, right? And it's gonna turn nuclear, and America's gonna be destroyed. That's the Messiah's will and desire, man. So we know it's coming, and everything is happening the way the Messiah designed it. Okay, it's not going to be stopped. It's not going to be circumvented. It's going to happen. Okay. It's Matthew 24 verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay, so yeah, right now it's just in talking, right? It's just being spoken about, but they're preparing for it, right? And the Most High is going to have it, go off, right? This is Isaiah 24 verse 1. It says, behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, and as with the servant, so with his master. As with the maid, so with her mistress. As with the buyer, so with the seller. As with the lender, so with the borrower. As the taker of usury, so with the Greek giver of usury to him. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for the Lord hath spoken this word. Pardon me. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. The new the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry hearted do sigh. Because we're coming into a time of sorrow, man, and pain, sufferings. Okay? The mirth of tabrets ceaseth. Okay, all your festivals and your music and all that kind of stuff, partying and stuff. That's gonna disappear, right? All that shit you like to do on the weekend, man. You're gonna be indoors or wherever you are. The mirth of tabret ceaseth. The noise of them that rejoiceth endeth. Right? So there ain't gonna be no partying and celebrating no more, man, because you're gonna be fucking in languish. You're gonna be lamenting. Because you'll be in pain, in fear. Okay? The joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Right? Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Right? It's not gonna help you forget. It ain't gonna help with the pain. Because shit is gonna be just too real. Right? And you gotta be fucking sober, man. You ain't got time to be drunk in this time, man. You gotta be sober and have all your fucking you gotta be sharp. It says the city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up that no man may come in. Right? There is a crying for wine in the streets, all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. The city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. Right? So that's the sort of situation it's gonna be, man, in these different places, but especially in America. Okay. is Proverbs 22 verse 3. It says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished," right? Because you're not hearing the warnings. I say, what's it gonna take? What's it gonna take for you to realize that this is where things are heading? Everything is happening according to the words in this book, the Most High's word. Everything's happening according to it, right? This fated battle between Russia and America, and their allies is all written here. All right, and it's coming to pass. Okay, it's not going to get put off. All right, it's Revelation chapter 20 and verse 7. "And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison," right? And this is his time right now. This is this 1,000 years that he's been loosed out of his prison. Okay, ever since the fall of Rome. Now he's been loosed. Okay, for this short season that he's got, right? So he was shut up for 1,000 years, and now he's loose to do his bullshit all over again, right? And it goes on to say, "And shall go out to deceive the nations." That's exactly what he's done. That's exactly what he's done now. He's come back into power. "And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle." Right? This is a destined, fated battle, man. Gog and Magog represents Russia. Right? And so this is what's occurring. Right? "The number of whom is the sand of the sea." Right? So it's to gather them to battle. This is what's happening right now. In Revelation chapter 16, verse 16, it says, "And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon." All right, so they're being gathered to Armageddon, okay, which means mountain of troops, right? And this is why you're going to be conscripted, man, because there could be a whole fucking shitload of troops that are going to be used to fight this war, right? Remember, the populations of the earth is greater than they were in the past. The weapons that they're using are more destructive. There's going to be a lot of death, man. A lot of people are going to be signed up to die, just to straight up die, man. Because even though they got their toys and their drones, you can't win a war with that shit. It takes ground troops to secure the victory. So a lot of people are gonna die, trying to do that. The Lord's gathering for the battle of Armageddon. Okay, but where is that battle of Armageddon? All right. It's Joel chapter 3 verse 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles," okay, the nations, right? "Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong," right? Because all they've been doing in this whole time is bolstering their armies and their ability to wage war. All these weaker nations, man, they've been aligning themselves with stronger nations and they've been helping each other out. Okay, i.e. Russia and China with places like Iran and these BRICS nations and all that kind of stuff. They've been helping each other out, man, and building themselves up to be competitive, against America, NATO. Okay, that's what they've been doing. All right, "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither call thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat." Right, that's where the Lord is gathering them, in the valley of Jehoshaphat, okay, which is there in the Middle East. Okay, and what's happening down there right now? A whole lot of fucking shit. That's what's happening. Fucking desert shitstorm. Right, that's what's going on down there, right? And the Most High is gathering the nations down there. NATO and America to defend Israel and their interests in the area, and you got Iran and all that kind of stuff, and Russia and their interests. Right, that's where they're being gathered. This is where this great war is going to be fought for the most part. Okay, that's going to be like the focal point. Okay, but it's going to draw all these nations in, man. Okay, and war is going to be happening everywhere. Okay, hence Third World War. All right, but a large portion of that fighting is going to be done in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay, where a lot of you are just going to be destroyed, right? Because that's what it's there for. Right, the Lord is bringing you down there to be judged. Right, so let the heathen, so that's you men and women, because obviously you're going to get conscripted, right? So you men and women are going down there. It says, "Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come and get you down, for the press is full. you've been gathered, right? There's loads of people there, yeah. And facts overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. All right. So that's where you're being gathered right now. Okay. Ezekiel 38 verse 2. So, son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And say, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all then clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, right? So going back to Revelation, was it 16? You know, this is Gog and Magog being brought up, man. Yeah, not 16. 20. All right. This is Gog and Magog being prepared for this battle, right? It says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all with shield and helmet. Okay, these are their allies that they're gonna go down there to fight with. Okay, the Lord is governing these nations, right? And so everyone's got a pact with another nation. So if one of the nations in trouble, the other nation comes and helps out. They all got all these pacts, and that's why they're all going to be drawn in together. You know, because everybody's in a pact, right? It says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all these bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. All right. So this is, you know, Russia being prepped, right, and getting ready mentally to have this war that in the Middle East with NATO and America and that, right? So it's all here, man. It's all here, you know, in writing. And it's nigh to come to pass, man. You know? I'm going to close out with this. It's Matthew 24 and verse 37, right? Because like I said, when you're going to take heed to all of this, man, the things that we're saying, you know, forget the NATO chief on that. When you're going to hear what we're saying? Because everything that we be saying is something that's then said later on down the line by somebody else. And then, you know, you may or may not listen to that person. But, you know, you're more willing to hear it from Esau than you are to hear it from us. You don't want to listen to us, man. But, you know, it's to your own detriment. You know, we're out here warning you. If you don't want to listen, that's to your own detriment. All right? But this is Matthew 24, verse 37. It says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Right? Because at the end of this world war, right, Yahushua is going to return, right, and deliver his elect. Okay, before the destruction of America, man. Okay. But this world's going to be in a fucking mess. All right. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be, right? So you're going to be partying bullshit. A lot of you're going to be partying bullshit, right? Until this all goes down, you know? And all that ignorance that you've been exuding, right, is going to finally bite you in the ass, man, you know? When, you know, you Israelites that they should have been getting right with the Heavenly Father. Okay, and you're gonna, in that time, you're going to be wishing that you did. Okay, but obviously, you know, there's going to be a certain time where that door is going to be closed to you. You know, this isn't the time to be fucking around, man. It's the time to be getting right with the Heavenly Father. Turn to the Heavenly Father, right? Because that's the only place where you're going to receive protection. Okay, because let's be realistic. You could, you know, if you listen to this NATO dude and you prepare yourself, you get yourself some fucking flashlights and shit, some canned beans or whatever, right? You can't prepare for World War III. There's no fucking way you could. And truly expect to survive. You survive is a fucking miracle. Right? But you can't really genuinely prepare for yourself and believe that you're going to survive because of your preparations. Nah, I don't care who you are. Fucking ultimate survival done. It doesn't matter. Right? Because the Most High is the one that deals in judgment. And it doesn't matter what preparations you make. If your Lord wants you, He's going to take you, man. So, you know, the only way you can secure your survival or at least increase those chances is to get right with the Lord. Right? But like I said, the Lord's in control of the judgment. Because this is all it is. It's just judgment, man. And the Lord decides who gets judged and who don't get judged. You know, who's gonna feel that wrath and who don't get to feel that wrath, you know? So there's only really one way out of this, man, and that's through the Lord. You know, through Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? And that's our method, you know, that's our action of you know, direction that we're heading in. You know? It's the only way. All right, but you know, you guys are gonna find out sooner or later. You know, but a prophecy must be fulfilled. So there's gonna be guys out here like this that are just gonna be partying, bullshitting, and then until death and destruction comes their way, innit? You know, it's as simple as that, really. But you know, with that, Lord, this has been edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So till next time, I say shalom.